This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Let's talk about pets, baby. Let's talk about ticks and fleas. All the fun things that we see. Smart tips and tricks guaranteed.
Welcome back to Let's Talk About Pets, episode number 7. This is our Halloween episode.
Which is crazy because we went to start recording and we'll play it at the end, but we heard something fall and we lost it.
I'm pretty sure there was something in here.
Absolutely.
Watching us because a magnet fell off my fridge, but we didn't know it was a magnet. It was real loud too.
Yeah.
So
enjoy that. That's a little Halloween spook for you.
That'll be at the end.
This episode is going to be mostly fun. It's going to have a little learning stuff in it, but it's all about sharing your scary stories that you submitted, some Halloween costume type reviews, and Halloween safety tips.
Yeah. So it's going to be a little fun and a little fun. So, and we're actually, Nessie is going to be the one in charge of this one.
And I cannot be held responsible for if things go off the rails.
I'll rein it back in, girl. And I'm going to be reading the reviews this time. So, little Freaky Friday switcheroo here.
Quick question for you, though.
Yeah.
What breed of dog does Dracula have?
What?
A bloodhound. Yes, absolutely. And one more to just, wet your wish. What? We tried this on another episode. It didn't happen.
So I'm gonna learn how to do that.
Yeah. What did the skeleton say to his dog?
What?
Bon appetit. You hate these.
Oh, I have one that I know off the top of my head.
Get it, girl.
What kind of bone is a skeleton's favorite bone?
What?
Spare ribs.
Oh my God.
I never said that wrong.
I don't know, but I could go for a spare rib.
Wait, no. What is it? Wow, I suck at this. What is a skeleton's favorite kind of meat? Hold on. Gotta look it up now. I thought I knew it off that. And Dr. Peterson said that one. And I thought it was so funny.
Joke. He has a great dad joke.
What do skeletons order at a restaurant?
That is nowhere near the joke you presented. I don't know. Turkey?
Spare ribs. Oh, no. It's, what is a skeleton?
A third time.
What is a skeleton's favorite snack? Spare ribs.
Okay.
That's not joke. So it's not funny when I have to explain it.
I enjoyed all 3 versions of that joke, all completely different versions, and somehow none of the answers were turkey. So,
what is a skeleton's favorite instrument? Trombones.
The trombones. That's wild. Oh, now there's a lot of that face you just made.
Anyways, continue.
Okay,
I'm not good at telling jokes.
Guys, happy Halloween. You want to be safe out there. This time of year can be scary for pets and fun for you. So I have some sources I looked into with American Veterinary Medical Association and the Humane Society of the United States. Looked into their tips and tricks Halloween related. So let's just start with a little introduction first. When there are lights and decorations and costumes and strangers coming to your door all night, Halloween can be downright spooky for pets, right? Especially if you have kind of an antisocial pet, high anxiety pet. And then this time of year, there's increased risk of poisoning, intestinal blockages, pets getting lost. These are all concerns that are associated with Halloween. It's not just about the spooky, it's also about So while some pets may like hustle and bustle of Halloween, others find it very stressful, and you should recognize which one your pet is ahead of time. If you're having a Halloween party, you may want to crate your pet and keep them in a quiet room just so they're not in and around. Nothing ends a party faster than a dog bite. Also, I would consider sitting outside to greet your trick-or-treaters if you have a dog that's prone to darting out the door.
Or a cat.
That's a bad time. You don't want to be hunting for a pet. If you are going to be crating up your pets for the Halloween party funds, give them something to do while they're in there, like some treat-filled toys and soft music to play to drown out the terrifying screams of children. Spray some pheromone sprays like Feel Away for the cats. Keep them calm, Enjoy your fun activities, but keep your pets safe. Let's get a review in here.
Okay. I got a few of those here. This is a review for lobster claws.
For people.
It's a question for the lobster claws for the person who made the lobster claws. For the manufacturer or whatever. The question is, do you have any idea where I might find a lobster harmonica? Answer. Hello. Thank you for your question. Unfortunately, I don't think lobsters play the harmonica. I hope this helps. Best wishes.
Think they want a tiny harmonica for a lobster to play, or one that fits in those giant...
They're giant lobster, claw things.
Right. So what size harmonica does he need?
Probably just the normal size one. Couldn't you just buy a normal harmonica for it?
Well, then it's not a lobster harmonica. And a lobster's not going to play a normal harmonica.
Does it have to be one that works underwater?
I would assume that has to be a criteria. I think it should also be red so that they can it blends in.
Don't they the little sea animals on The Little Mermaid? Don't they play little harmonicas underwater? They have to, right?
They have a bunch of other wind instruments, but I can't remember. I'm sure there has to be a harmonica down there somewhere. And he's like, I'm down under the water. I've got some blues to sing. And something along. I think I remember that part of The Little Mermaid, actually.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Something like that. Okay. All right, so this next review is an Amazon review for funny dog cat cosplay wig, pet wigs for Halloween, Christmas, parties, festivals, dog wigs for small, medium, and large dogs. Black, brown, straight. I guess those are the options.
Yeah, that's a great name for a wig.
All right, so dog wig. This is a little bob cut looking wig with bangs. Dog size.
Insane.
So this is a 4-star review, verified purchase from Larry.
Larry, welcome to the show.
So the review name is Less Berries and Cream / Page Boy and More. Come check out my record collection.
Move out love for record collection.
It says, based on the preview, I was expecting a page boy wig, but my dog looks more like a hipster wanting you to check out his record collection. Not disappointed, though. One of the straps was broken, though, so I'll have to resew it.
Oh, man. No berries and cream. For reference, that's an actual thing. If you're someone who doesn't know what that is out there, I'm do yourself a favor and look it up, right?
There's a cream.
But what do you think of the wig?
I do agree that it looks different, because there's a picture of this little French bulldog wearing the wig, and it looks very different from the actual picture of the review.
Mm-hmm.
Does kind of look like he wants you to come look at his record collection rather than there's a
what kind of records do you think he's got, girl?
I don't know. He looks a little emo, honestly.
So some Tokyo Hotel, maybe?
Yeah.
Are you trying to get one for Danny?
I think that she would need a person-sized wig.
A person-sized wig.
Yeah. My Great Dane, big head.
Okay, yeah.
No.
It is the size of a person head. I would agree on that. Okay, great. Thank you for sharing them.
You're welcome.
Okay, so let's start with the dangers of Halloween candy. So these can be dangerous because there is a lot of things in Halloween candy that are toxic to your pets. such as raisins. Also, if you're trick-or-treating and you get raisins in your bag, like, that person's already marked, right? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Anyway, unless you're trying to be healthier, good on you for that, but I'm not eating a raisin. If I bite into a chocolate chip cookie, and I thought it was, back when I wasn't gluten-free, and it was like a raisin cookie, I was mad. Like, who did that to me?
Raisins, I don't know. I have to be in the mood for raisins.
Yeah, I never am like, this looks like something I want to pick out of my teeth later.
Yeah, they're just chocolate covered raisins I can vibe with because they have chocolate on them, but raisins by themselves, I just feel like it reminds me of old people.
We love old people. Don't take that wrong.
Yeah, we do, but it just, I don't know. It just, like Raisin Bran, like the cereal. My grandpa used to eat that a lot.
Right. I think at one age, it becomes mandatory that you have to eat Raisin Bran. Yeah. I'm scared to reach that age because I don't want to buy it, but I think it's 65 is when you have to start buying Raisin Bran.
When you get Social Security, that's when you have to buy Raisin Bran.
I think the first box is free with your Social Security. I read that somewhere.
Anyway.
So a raisin, which is basically a dried grape, is not good for a dog. Why might that be, Kat?
Because the fruit contains tartaric acid, which is an organic acid, and it's present in high concentrations in grapes and raisins because raisins are just grapes and things like that. And dogs can't excrete organic acids as well because they lack the organic acid transporters that other species have, and it accumulates in the kidneys essentially. So within 72 hours of ingesting these fruits, they can suffer from renal failure and cause vomiting, GI signs, and things like that. And the thing about grapes and raisins is that some dogs can eat one grape or raisin and it cause kidney failure or like GI signs or whatever. And other dogs can eat it and be fine. So it's best just to not risk it at all.
Also, other Halloween candy that contains chocolate or xylitol, which is a common sweetener used in foods, are both toxic to pets.
So chocolate can cause potentially life-threatening cardiac arrhythmias and central nervous system dysfunction. So there are toxic principles within the chocolate. Theobromine is in chocolate, as well as caffeine, and both of those things can cause issues in dogs because they aren't able to like metabolize it as well as people can. So it's also best to not let your dogs get either one of those. And dark chocolate is way worse than milk chocolate because it contains like more fat. So, yes.
So if you have kids, it's best if you, first of all, lock the chocolate up from them for their own good, but also to keep them from sneaking a little snack to the dog. They don't know any better. They're going to share their Halloween loot. They don't mean anything by it, but it could wind up being pretty dangerous. And actually, that reminds me of a scene that I saw in a movie that was a very strange movie to me, and it was called Wiener Dog. And the little boy fed the wiener dog a bunch of granola with raisins in it when the parents left him home alone with the dog because he was like, the dog hungry, and he gave him all that, and the dog got real sick. That movie's a whole wild ride. We won't get into it, but it happens. Is what my point was. You want to just ensure that if the kiddos are around, they know the difference between a dog treat and a kid treat, and why you don't want to give one to the other. And another thing to touch on as far as Halloween food type stuff goes is pumpkin, though is good for dogs and cats, and they can eat it for bowel movements and whatnot. You don't want them to eat a rotten pumpkin. They harbor harmful bacteria. So keep that jack-o'-lantern away from them, and you don't eat the rotten pumpkins.
Don't be doing that.
All right. What you got for me?
So I have another kind of weird review for that wig we talked about.
I love that wig.
It is a 4-star review.
They liked it too.
It is a verified purchase. It is called Not Just for Pets.
Oh dear.
I often find myself wanting the company of another person, but don't want to go through the trouble of finding someone new. Getting to know them, then eventually becoming close, only to find out they've been having a secret relationship with my grandmother, has happened more than once. This wig provides the perfect solution as it makes me feel like I'm around someone else who can keep me company, listen to my problems, or even kiss/do more with.
Oh dear.
I gave it 4 stars because it doesn't hold up in the shower and the bangs didn't really match the picture.
The bangs are what did it for. It's the bangs for me.
It's the bangs. He said it didn't hold up in the she's taking the wig in the shower.
Well, you know it had to be washed. He was like, well, I'll just wash you while you're in the shower with me. Ooh, he could use his a loofah, maybe?
A loofah?
A loofah? Is that?
What did you call it?
A loofah? No, that's incorrect. Okay.
Loofah?
The thing you scrub your dead body skins off? Yeah. He did that with his wig, and he said it didn't hold up well against his, like, calloused man hands.
Oh, my gosh. He took it in the shower.
He didn't want to shower alone, which, you know...
Is he putting the wig on something?
It doesn't specify, does it?
On his hand.
His sock puppet hand. This is Socko.
This is Socko. How you doing, friend? Okay, cool.
I also... The grandma part. Could you please reiterate what happened there?
Has happened more than once.
So his partner cheated on him with his grandma?
Yeah, they had a secret relationship with the grandmother.
His grandma must be like hot if he's like, she's like pulling everybody. Like, good for you.
Well, he said it happened more than once. Poor guy. I'm assuming you're a guy. Okay, well. All right, so there is another review. It is a 4-star review on Amazon for dog Halloween Christmas costume, dog earmuffs, noise protection, knitted dog, ears warm, hats, dog robbers, and thieves, mask funny pet, cosplay for medium dog, large, black mask.
What? No, please don't read it all the again.
I was about to.
I saw when you like perched your mouth and start over again. I was like,
so it's a ski mask for dogs.
Okay.
Like a robber ski.
So in case you're taking them on a ski trip? No. In case your dog is robbing somebody.
He's trying to rob a bank.
Yeah. Okay.
So 5-star verified purchase from Naomi.
Okay, Naomi got your dog a ski mask. I'll look into her. I'm suspicious.
Fits well for my large dog. He loves it. Everyone thinks he's going to rob a bank, but I think more of planning on taking me out. Not sure which yet.
Does your dog not like her?
I mean, based on the picture, it does kind of look like he wants to take her out.
What did you do, Naomi?
Broke a treat in half and tried to pretend like it was a whole treat.
Naomi, he knew better. You should have known better. He could take you to court over that. Litigations. Or he'll just kill you in your sleep.
He goes to the back room, slowly slides on his mask, kind of like what Sniper Bear does. Comes back out and is like, I know what you did.
Yeah.
Yeah?
And then she's like, what's wrong? What's wrong? And then you see the weapon.
You know what you did, Naomi.
You know what you did.
What you did.
Honestly, you had it coming.
Shouldn't have done that.
Shouldn't have done that. Treats are not something to joke with.
Stay tuned. We're going to take a short commercial break. We will be right back.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There is no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms. And our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, Odyssey, TuneIn, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Introducing the Catarama 3000 when scratching meets spectacle. Why settle for a boring scratch post when your cat can have a full-on dance party? With advanced scratch and dance technology, every scratch turns into a rave. Alright, designed to stimulate both scratching and acrobatics. Perfect for the average kitty. Watch your feline friend become an acrobat whether they like it or not. Bonus feature? Built-in cat yoga class because every cat needs a good scratch after a dance-off.
The Catorama 3000 is the only scratch post that doubles as a wild night out dancing by playing your favorite tunes, such as Cat Scratch Fever. What's new, Pussycat? Is that catnip pure? And here, kitty kitty. Order now and receive a free inflatable safety net. Disclaimer, Catorama 3000 is not responsible for injuries, bewildered expressions, or loss of dignity among cats. Also, it's not a real product. Visit our Facebook page, Let's Talk About Pets, for more information.
Wow, that was wild. You did that like real fast part real well.
I
Time you did it
I practiced that part.
in the mirror. I just
No, just last night I was practicing that.
you did real well until just the last word.
Right. And so what happens is, I think in the actual commercials, when they do disclaimers at the end, they say it normal and then just fast forward it. But I was like, that sounds like a lot of extra editing work, so I'll just do it myself like I'm a speed rapper.
That was super impressive, Nessie. I really love the part where it said, "Is that catnip pure?"
Yeah.
That was my favorite part.
Also, make sure your cat doesn't have a ski mask, because you gave them some catnip and it was cut.
It was cut. You never know. You never know.
That cat knows.
Love that. That was my favorite part of the whole episode.
Welcome back from commercial.
Welcome back.
Decorations. They are also a Halloween treat mixed with danger. The decorations are dangerous because they can lead to intestinal blockages. Dogs especially love to gnaw on a glow stick and candy wrappers and interesting decorations that they're not used to seeing around the house. Parts of pet costumes that they can reach and chew off that can become choking hazards. That means things can become lodged in your pet's throat or the stomach or the intestines, and that becomes a very pricey surgery to retrieve and correct.
Mm-hmm.
Wrappers and plastic packaging ingested become expensive blockages.
Blockages, it's French.
Yeah. Especially in cats. Cats love to eat plastic. My cat is 17 and she does enjoy a good plastic nibble, so I have to be real careful. Pets love to bite into the glow sticks, and it can cause severe drooling and, with enough ingestion, a toxicity. So another thing you want to do is, if you're going to have candles lit for the ambiance and to set the scene and all this, the Halloween-y things, keep your animals away, because they can wind up suffering from burn injuries, knocking a candle over, and suffering from house injuries, which means the house burned down.
Do not light your cat on fire.
Do not light your cat on fire. That is not a good time, because a cat on fire will also set your house on fire. It's a thing. And drastically changing the look of your house for Halloween, doing it up like a haunted house, is scary, especially to cats. They don't understand. They don't know where they are anymore. And that spider, I'm pretty sure it looks like a fake spider to you, but to the cat, it tried her, and it's now a blood-borne enemy, and, like, we're going for him.
Or like those animatronics that, like, when you walk by, I go, whoa.
Yep.
That would scare the mad out of me.
No better way to traumatize your animal than to let it walk by an animatronic and it goes, whoa. Also, that goes for things like rubber eyeballs. That can seem like a fun toy, and now now you're doing the Heimlich. And then the fake cobwebs. Though they can be pretty cool decorations outside, they're really not that great, especially for the environment. Wildlife gets caught in them. Pets can get caught in them. It's best to just do away with the whole outdoor cobweb things. It is, if you are suspecting your pet of any poisoning encounters or toxicities, you can call the ASPCA Animal Poison Control Center at 1-888-426-4435, and they got you.
You also have to be cautious about electric cords and your pets, especially cats, because cats love to be chewing on stuff, especially like string-like things. So it can shock your pet if they chew on an electric cord, and it can cause like burns in their mouth. It can cause issues with their lungs, and we just don't want that. So if you put up decorations and like have electric cords like inside or something like that, just be cautious that your pet's not chewing on it.
Wonder. Okay, do you have any more reviews for us?
Yeah, girl, I got some for you. This one is for chickens.
Chicken.
Good. Good. Isn't that a song? Oh my god, you're doing like an upper lip to like a chicken thing. Oh my god.
So this one is 8 pieces. Hen's helmet, chicken helmet, pet safe, helmet funny, parrot helmet, chicken bird hat, headwear, small pet hard hat, pet helmet, costumes, accessories for chicken bird, parakeet, animal, solid color.
How many times did they use the word helmet?
I feel like they said chicken a lot too.
So was this like a chicken helmet? I'm confused.
It's a chicken helmet.
Okay.
A helmet for chickens.
Okay.
It straps in too.
I feel like they didn't make that clear.
I don't think they said chicken enough.
Right. It might have been. That might be why I'm confused.
So there is a 5-star verified purchase.
Really liked them.
I don't know how you come up with these names.
Foghorn Leghorn is a great one.
What?
Foghorn Leghorn, he's a chicken or a rooster.
Okay.
You know, from the cartoons. You ever watch cartoons?
Yeah.
Do you know the big chicken like, nah, seriously.
Oh, yeah.
That guy,
That's his name?
Foghorn Leghorn, yeah.
Oh.
It's an awful name. I don't understand it at all.
Okay. That with that big old buff chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm going to try to bite him.
I'm going to try to square up. So we bought these for a friend of ours who had chickens and a daughter who loved to carry them around and occasionally drop them, as she is just a child and can't hold on to them well. She also likes to ride them around in her Hot Wheels car. We thought these would be fitting for her situation. They actually fit and they look nice. The chickens didn't really know what was going on, but hey, they were safe.
How old is your daughter?
They were like, she can carry them around. Oh, there goes the chicken.
Well, we better give him some helmets.
I just feel like chickens are like cats and they land on their feet.
Well, I don't know.
Have you ever seen a chicken fall and not on its feet?
I typically have not watched many chicken fall. I do remember the story by Chicken Little of this guy falling, but I don't remember Chicken Little falling. Makes sense.
You know, chickens, they don't fall very often.
Unless your kid drops them without
a helmet. I just wonder if it'd weigh their head down. Like, how much do they weigh?
How heavy do they look to you? Like, I figured they would make it by like an eggshell. Like,
oh my gosh, there's one that literally looks like a watermelon.
Yo, watermelon head chicken.
Oh, watermelon. Oh, looking head chicken looking.
Man.
Anyways, there's that one.
Great.
Great.
Okay, well, we'll move on to costumes real quick. Often an unseen danger. They are cute, but you must ensure they fit your pet correctly and have no pieces that can easily be chewed off and cause choking hazards. You want to ensure that the costume doesn't hinder the sight, hearing, breathing, or opening of a pet's mouth. Can't open a mouth, can't get the oxygen in. That's not a good time. You've ruined Halloween. And now your pet can be a mummy. Too much. Okay. Hold on.
I don't even know what to say to you right now.
Yeah, I'm mad at myself. Yeah, it was very dark. My bad. It was our Halloween episode, so I thought it was fine. You also want to make sure the pet can move around quickly in it in case it has to run from like a hockey mask.
Chainsaw guy.
Yeah. All that stuff's important because they do be out on Halloween. And also keep your pet's personality in mind when you're picking out a costume. If that dog is not going to keep that mask on, don't get a mask for Halloween, you know?
Or train them to wear it.
Train them to wear it. That's also good. Don't be like, you're going to wear this all night and like it. Because if they don't like it, like, they're not going to keep it on. Then you're going to both be frustrated.
A little bit of duct tape will keep it on.
So, wonderful idea. Just use a little solvent to get that tape off afterwards. Also, don't do any of those things.
Maybe don't duct tape it to your dog's head.
And if you have a costume on, you can go ahead and keep your eyeballs on your pet so that it's not getting snagged anywhere, the pet's not getting its leg tangled in it, and then you have a bad time. Don't ruin Halloween for everybody because you didn't watch your pet in their costume, and now you have to wrap them like a mummy. I looked again.
No, it should be a skeleton.
Yeah, it's a thing. Keep your costumes minimal for best results. And if they are uncomfortable, don't be a jerk. Take it off. Take your pictures, get what you need out of that picture, but take that costume out after your dog is hating it.
And also be aware that, like, in some parts of the world during Halloween, it's still hot. It's still hot here during Halloween. So if you're putting this heavy costume on your dog and you're going out and walking around with it, like, just also be aware that your dog might get hot.
What are you wearing out there? Are you in a big old heavy costume? Then why are you putting your dog in it? Don't be crazy.
Also, another thing I can think of is if you decide to, like, dye your dog's fur or something like that, make sure you're using pet safe dye.
Good point. As a groomer, I did a lot of pet safe dyeing on pets.
Yeah.
It was wonderful. I had a good time. They looked very cool afterwards.
Okay.
But what I didn't use was people hair dye. So.
Yeah, don't use people hair dye. Please.
Wonderful advice. Can you hook us up with another one, or do you have another nice Halloween joke or a thing?
All right, so this is a review for a game, like, on your phone. It's called My Baby Pet Salon Makeover.
Oh, that sounds harmless and cute.
This is a 1-star review. It says, horrifying.
Oh, no.
This game is scary and unrealistic. Who gives dogs eyeshadow and elephants blush? Who gives cats lipstick? The animals, after their makeover, they look like clowns. This person was so angry over this.
I'm
Cats lipstick. It was in all caps.
What color was it?
I don't know, but, like,
I feel like that matters.
how do you put lipstick on a dog?
Is that little, like, black part that comes out? Like, is that enough to be like, well, on the bottom lip though? Like, if they have enough of a underbite situation going on where you can see that little black lip, that can you put a little rouge on there?
Little rouging.
Will it even be noticeable on a black lip?
I would not put human
black
makeup
dog
on an
lip.
animal.
So next, let's talk about outdoor pets. So yeah, it's cool to have your outdoor cats and dogs if that's your lifestyle. I can't judge you for it. You do you, right? I mean, it is best if you bring your pets indoors for Halloween. Cats are safe indoors because there are people out here doing the trick part of the trick or treat. You know what I'm saying? And they are doing naughty tricks to cats out there. I have heard the stories of the firecrackers and the bombs and things and sacrificing them and all. Like, it's a weird time out there. You don't want your pet to be the one that's friendly enough to walk up to that teenager or whoever is out here at this point with their shenanigans and winds up hurt. Another thing is it's scary with all these people walking around in their costumes and they don't typically look like that, and it's loud out there and people are doing like those pop air things that are like in Haunted House, and it's very scary. So you're gonna send them into a panic. So also make sure that your pet's microchip information is up to date if they're microchipped, in case they do dart out the door and you didn't put them in the kennel like we suggested. Or if you're walking around the neighborhood with your pet and it gets out of the leash because it saw a giant T-Rex, that's a bad time. That's it. So keep your outdoor pets indoor on this night for everybody's safety.
Okay, so I want to talk about
Pets, baby.
I wanted to talk about why black cats are considered, like, associated with Halloween and bad luck. Of course, we've all heard the superstition that, like, black cats crossing your path will bring bad luck.
It's wild because I live with one and I've not yet associated a bad event to my cat.
I have a black cat. In Egypt, cats were considered divine symbols.
They still should be.
They've also made an appearance in Greek mythology, and the moon and witchcraft was described as having a cat as both a pet and a familiar, which is a supernatural creature that assists a witch, according to European folklore. But there are written records that link black cats back to the occult as far back as the 13th century.
Black cats aren't bad. I have one. I'm still doing all right, and she's 17, so...
I just got one, so we'll see what happens. Okay.
And this last one is nocturnal wildlife. So be aware that not all the wild creatures that we encounter that night are going to be the people wearing costumes. There's also going to be some nocturnal animals out there like a raccoon and a possum, fox. They're looking for food. This is their normal time. You're in their time. Be respectful of that. Don't pet them even if you have the bite-proof gloves on. That's a bad idea. Apparently, they can bite through those gloves. And if you're handling something that might have rabies, you're going to be in the hospital, according to those reviews we read. If you are concerned or confused about rabies, check out our episode, Knock Knock Vaccines. We did discuss it. We did a fair around rabies. And then we also talked about it. And so whichever one you want to carry it, talk about it. You're carrying it's deadly, so don't do it. So check that out if you want to. Some preventative measures. Don't feed Halloween candy to your pet.
Don't do it.
Don't leave your pet unsupervised with access to candy or decoration.
Don't do it.
Watch your pet while they're wearing a costume.
Do it.
Make sure that your pet has a microchip or an ID tag or something in case they get lost.
Do it.
Keep them away from candles and jack-o'-lanterns and glow sticks.
Do it.
And make sure your pet has a quiet place to escape if they need to.
Do it.
Let's do some scary stories people send them.
Every time you said one, I had to make sure I paid attention to like, don't do this and do this and say the right do it or don't
I
do it.
feel like you hit it.
Thanks.
I did on the head. I feel like that went as well as could be expected. Ooh, but I did have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
What was the name of the dog horror movie? Vacuum on Elm Street. These dogs are scared. They don't like vacuums. Also, Elm Street is the Freddy Krueger series.
I can put my vacuum in a doorway and my dog is so afraid of the vacuum that she'll just sit there and bark at it and she won't walk by him. She do be hating vacuums.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's and like if I put it in a certain place in my house, like I know I have it hidden in the closet, which is why I keep staring at the closet. Like she'll walk by the closet slowly and stare at it and start growling in case it comes to life. Yeah, she hates the vacuum.
My dogs don't care about our little like iRobot Zumba thing that cleans the house. It's on a schedule and it does it 3 times a week. But when I pull out like the hand vacuum, like the big guy, he's literally like biting at. I can't get a thing done. I try to like vacuum the couches up and he's like grabbing at the hose, and I'm like, sir,
she won't run from it.
He gets aggressive and tries to kill it while I'm using it. It's terrible.
That sounds
Let's get spooky.
So we're gonna read some comments that people on Facebook have said about their scary stuff. So this one is from Bill Pomper. He says, called out one night to treat a lame draft horse. Tried lifting the lame foot to examine to no avail. The horse kept stomping it down. Fervently was wishing some giant would emerge to restrain the horse when a smiling large man stepped out of the shadows, grabbed the offending foot, and restrained it in a vice grip so I could trim out the abscess.
So, I didn't
question who the man was. I will say, though, that Bill, you are a true professional because it sounds like he just continued doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, thank you.
I wish for a giant granted man. Giant appeared, and I, as a female, would have took off running.
And he said a large man stepped out of the shadows and just held. Did he say anything? Did y'all talk, or was it just silent? I just
did he come up and was like,
sup?
And it just every time you look up from the abscess, there's a large man.
That would scare the mess out of me. Honestly.
Yeah, I'm not finishing this farm call.
I mean, if we had a discussion and he was just like, "Yep, I'm a ghost," yep. And it was because it was a night, so it had to be like late night,
shadowy. He's doing it by like lamplight. Is it a? Oh my god!
Not for me, friend. Not for me. Okay,
I have a scary story as well.
Oh, I have a story from my brain.
Oh, please share us your story.
So, share us your story. My friend is a truck driver, and he says that this is very common amongst truck drivers, that when you're driving for so long, you eventually start to, of course, get really tired. He says that there's this thing called the black dog. Okay. And it's apparently everyone knows about the black dog. And if you see the black dog, like, you have to make sure that you stop and, like, sleep or whatever, because the black dog can, like, show you that something bad is going to happen if you continue driving. Like, you're going to hit someone or something like that.
That's scary.
So, and, like, it's like a black dog with red eyes, apparently.
Oh, the hellhounds or the demon dog.
You can look it up. Like, this guy said, I listened to a story. He said he got out because he almost hit the dog. And he got out and went to, like, look at it. And it, like, was barking and growling at him. And it was, like, snapping at his feet. And he had to take off running back towards his truck.
Yeah.
And he drove off. He didn't know about the black dog. And he said that when he was driving, like, I guess he swerved into the other lane. And there was a family, like, in a car coming towards him. Wow. And he almost hit them and had to swerve back really quick. And then he talked to someone on a truck stop about the black dog, and they're like, bro, like, you should have stopped. The black dog, like, tells you when bad things are going to happen.
Wow. I got goosebumps. I don't.
Yeah, you can look it up. There's thousands of stories about it.
I believe that. I know there's a lot of appearances of black dogs, but I didn't know it was a version for truck drivers exclusively.
Yeah.
So I have a submission from Mandy Henderson from our Facebook, and this one is called the Cocker Spaniel. The Cocker Spaniel is a known patient at the clinic. She would board with the clinic a lot and had a lot of chronic illnesses, and it made her a frequent visitor of the hospital. She loved the clinic and everyone in it, and the rest of the staff knew her, and when the family had to put her down, the other staff members would claim to see her often, and it was usually on her favorite spot on the couch in the lobby.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Crazy.
So I love the idea that Cocker Spaniel loved it there so much that she still comes to visit her spot on the couch.
That's sweet.
It is sweet.
At the emergency hospital I worked at, well, I worked overnight, so it was like 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. We would have throw things off the shelves in the surgery suite. Like, things would fly off the shelves and books would fall and things like that.
That's crazy.
I have a Reddit thing. This one's a little long. I was driving home from work one night, perfectly awake and sober, around 1 a.m. I had all the car windows open. On the way home, there's a road with several large old farms where it tends to get kind of misty. As I drove cautiously down the foggy country road, out of the mist came a huge gray and white spotted mastiff galloping quickly down the middle of the street towards my car. It made no noise and was somewhat transparent. It ran a few feet from my car window and disappeared into the mist. At the speed I was going, and with the windows down, I slowed down to less than 5 miles per hour. I should have heard some panting or paws on the pavement, but it was completely silent. I'll never truly know what happened that night, but in my mind, I always remember it as the time I saw the ghost dog.
Oh. No, thank you. I don't want to hear it panting or running towards the car, or...
I wouldn't have slowed down unless I was, like, gonna accidentally hit it. No way. My advice is, if you see dogs on the side of the road, unless, I don't know, I vote we let things be. And they stay where they stay.
Nope. Yeah, I'm not about that. So I have a Reddit submission that is a bunch of letters like A's and DV and 1, 2, 3. And so anyway, basically there is this thing that I didn't know about, and maybe you did, but there is apparently a demon cat that is inside the Capitol building. So sometimes people are walking around and, like, they find paw prints in the wet cement or wet floors. They usually, people that are doing tours of the Capitol building say stuff like, I'm more afraid of the fat cats around DC than the ghost cats. So apparently it's a normal thing to see while you're out touring. And this person said, I can confirm the demon cat absolutely is a real part of the lore of the Capitol building. According to legends, it mostly appears during elections and times of national crisis. And another person said, I've only ever heard of a demon cat in reference to the Capitol. I think it was something about him appearing while workers were digging the subway shuttle between the Senate and the Senate office buildings. So there's no like there's a link on there too to some of the sightings, but apparently there's like a black cat that haunts the Capitol building. It doesn't sound like he messes with anybody, like steps on concrete and like leaves paw prints around and like maybe gives you a little mew.
My friend works at a bar and she says it's a really, really old bar. And she says that there's like a little girl or a boy or something like that there. And she said one day she saw like a red ball like bouncing across the area.
And my notice, and not even a 2-week notice, it's like a 2-minute notice, like I'm out.
And she was like, what is this red ball? And she went to investigate it and the ball was gone.
Yeah. She went to investigate it? Did you not watch a horror movies?
I would turn right back around.
I'm not going to investigate it. I know what direction it came from, and I know what direction I'm not going.
Nope, not going here.
Nope. All right, I have a last one for you. This is also Mandy Henderson from Facebook sent it to us. And it's a little bit like a twofer, like one contributes to the other, and it's about the Shadow Man.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's my feelings. The Shadow Man was creepy and gave bad vibes. One day, I was the first person there. I was back in the locker rooms, and I heard footsteps. I remember thinking it was weird because I didn't hear the door chime. Then I heard a loud crashing sound onto the dental table. Then silence. I worked up the courage to look. Also, good on you, girl. I worked up the courage to look, and no one was there. All the doors were still locked, and I was still alone. There's been other times that we would see the Shadow Man in the front of the clinic where I would be by myself doing kennels, and I would get meds from the front of the clinic or clean a surgical pack from large animal emergencies, and I could hear things move in front of the clinic and hear footsteps and get the sense I was being watched. He scared the crap out of me and gave me bad feelings. The good news is the gray cat came around. Okay? So while she was doing kennels for a while, a Shadow Man was scaring the crap out of her, and she heard something move behind her, and then out of nowhere, a random gray cat ran across the room towards the sound that she heard. She was confused because she thought maybe she was like, there's no cats boarding. Did I miss something? So she investigated. There was no cat there. But what she did find is whenever the gray cat was around, the Shadow Man didn't come around. So it was kind of like her guardian cat.
Aw, that's pretty sweet.
Also, I am not working somewhere where a Shadow Man is chasing me.
No, I don't know. That would be a little much for me.
I think that's one of my deal breakers that I didn't know I had to mention before.
Yeah, do y'all have a Shadow Man here? Because
yeah,
it's gonna be a negative.
What section of your application do you inquire about the Shadow Man?
I mean, if you do it at your interview, they're gonna be like, "She crazy."
Yeah, but also you don't want to get in too deep before you find out about Shadow Man.
Yeah, that's true.
Y'all let people know ahead of time. And one quick other little tidbit that I thought was kind of interesting that I ran into was someone asking if there was animal ghost sightings. And one person said, and this is an interesting take that I never thought of before, and it explains a lot. As you know, I go by Nessie, which is like short version of the Ness Monster, and it's a whole thing. So anyway, this person said that there are reports of dinosaur ghosts as a pet ghost, for example. And some people out there say that Nessie is the ghost of a dinosaur, which is an interesting take because no one ever has like brought forth the proof that Nessie exists, except for that I'm sitting right here. People seem to overlook that. But apparently she's a ghost dinosaur. And that does remind me. One of the doctors that I work for at my second job at the specialty clinic, they one time was like, "Why do you go by Nessie?" And he was like, "Is it because you," and don't take this the wrong way, but he's like, "Is this because you disappear when people need you?" And I was a little bit like, because I'm always there and helpful. So I thought, oh my gosh, no, I don't always disappear. I'm always here for you. And I was like, No, it's because I don't like taking pictures, and so it's hard to, catch me in a picture or something like that. That's probably misphrased in some ways, but yeah. So I am the nest monster here, but I'm also a dinosaur ghost.
Okay, well, we love that. Okay, well,
We have an AI song. It is a fun Halloween song related to, I think it's like pet
ghosts or something.
Yeah, clinic pet ghosting.
Well, we have handles. We have a Facebook. It's Let's Talk About Pets on Facebook.com. We have an email. So if you want to shoot us an email, it's talkpetswithus@gmail.com. We're also on Pet Life Radio. So go to petliferadio.com and find us under their podcast. So that is the end.
Have a safe Halloween.
Yeah, don't feed your animals chocolate and raisins and
bad times. Don't let them chew on eyeballs, especially if they're still in someone's skull. All right, have a good one. Bye.
In a haunted vet clinic, ghost cats on the prowl, demon dogs barking loud, spooky sounds all around. Nurses dressed as witches, vets in vampire capes, potion bottles clinking, scary shapes at the gates. Ghost cats meowing, demon dogs growling, spooky shadows dancing, clinic of the haunted. Bats fly through the rafters, owls hooting about the place, echoes in the corridors, it's a creepy animal case. Every scary creature lurking in the night, their eyes shining brightly in the eerie moonlight. Ghost cats meowing, demon dogs growling, spooky shadows dancing, clinic of the haunted. Creature lurking in the night, their eyes shining brightly in the eerie moonlight. Ghost cats meowing, demon dogs growling, spooky shadows dancing, clinic of the haunted.
Okay, woman number 1 thing, doing dogs growling. Through the rafters, owls hooting about the place, echoes in the corridors, it's a creepy animal case. Every scary creature lurking in the night, their eyes shining brightly in the eerie moonlight. Ghost cats meowing, demon dogs growling, spooky shadows dancing, clinic of the haunted.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.